Hi everyone, welcome back for another edition of Cooking Easy with Maddie Spices. Today we are going to be doing some smothered pork chops, and we're going to be using our Maddie's fry seasoning mixture as well as our Maddie's all-purpose seasoning. So he is going to take you through his own little twists and turns in this, and it is so good. So I'm going to turn it over to him right now.
All right, well, good to see you all. Great. We are going to do some smothered pork chops today, and with those we're going to do some scallop potatoes. So we're going to get right into it, and we are going to use the Maddie's chicken fry mixture pre-seasoned. It'll do all the work for you. It makes this very simple. You do not have to season the pork chops or anything. The only thing we are going to do, and that's not required either, is put the pork chops in a wash. And a wash, for those that don't know, is just a solution to help the flour mixture to bind to the meat or whatever source of food you're going to be eating. It could be potatoes. You can put them in a wash and then put them into a mixture. So do know that. So again, we're going to use Maddie's chicken fry mixture, the gluten-free version, and it's very good. It doesn't sacrifice taste. I'll tell you. Right off the top, there we go. That's a 10-ounce bag, and that'll be enough to do these 5 chops. Very nice. Got them from the local market today. These about a 1/4 inch thick and beautiful, as you can see. So here we are. We're just going to put them in the wash. Okay. And again, a wash is basically a solution, and what we use is about a 1/2 cup of, maybe 3/4 cup of milk and 2 eggs, and just whisk it together very good till we got this. Okay. And the reason we use this wash, again, to make it bind, and it also gives your food a crispness to it, and a nice little crunch. Okay, so that's why we're going to use that today. I'm going to need probably something to lay these on. Probably start off with about 3 of them. I think I want this one next. Okay, there we go. And so we have some vegetable oil here that we're going to fry them in. And we have the temperature about 350 degrees or medium-high heat. How about that? That should do it for you. And got that oil about halfway high, and you want to be careful of that, because when you put this fry mixture in this stuff, in this oil, you don't want it to overflow and cause a mess, and it could get pretty dangerous. So we got to be careful with that. Okay. So here we are. There we go. A little more flour on that one. That's going to be nice. Okay. Alright, let's get these things in there. Be careful and put this away from me. You probably can hear that as it starts to cook, and that's at 350 degrees. Sat there on medium-high heat. I'm going to put them in there for about 3 minutes on one side, and probably another minute on the other side. Alright, there we go. Be careful there. So I just touched that pork. I'm going to wash my hands here. Okay. You don't want to transfer those germs, salmonella out there, so we got to be careful with that. But those are cooking very well. Oil is strong. They're sitting in there. We're getting a nice heated bath there. So they're going to go again about 3 minutes or so. And shortly after we finish that, then we're going to drop the scallop potatoes in here. to give them a little crisp as well. And then we'll build our gravy. Okay, so this shouldn't take much longer than this. And we will really have a good time doing this. It's a good meal, flavorful. It's not hard at all. A lot of people think smothered pork chops. No. This is simple, it's easy, and again, this flour mixture does the work for you. It does the work for you. And for the gluten-free, this is it. It works. It does it. Okay? And you'll just enjoy this meal. It's going to be simple. It's going to be fast. It's going to be something that will last in your repertoire of dishes. I'll tell you. So, let's make sure those don't touch each other. Keep those spaced there. They are looking good and smelling good. Think about it. Got about another 90 seconds before we flip those over, and then we'll go to the other side. Yes, indeed. They are looking good. They are looking good. I think it's about time to go ahead and get those, get them on up, and look at that beautiful color, texture. Look at that crisp. And I'm going to flip it over. Let it do about another minute or so. And then, that one over. Nice. Look at that. I mean, you can't beat it. Look at that. That's beautiful. And these are well seasoned with that flour mixture. And for those that are afraid to cook or not sure how much seasoning to use, this is the perfect blend of spices and herbs and peppers. And you don't have to do anything but just stick your product in it and go. You don't even need a wash. Just rinse it off, put it into the mixture, and then go ahead and fry it. And you cannot lose with it. Let's see. There you go. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I got myself a wire rack here so that they can drain here. That'll keep the crispness on it. You don't want to put it directly on a paper napkin or anything like that, which traditionally you usually see in the homes. But this is what you want to do to keep that crispness. Put it on a wire rack. I gotta be careful here reaching over this oil. Don't practice this at home. Come here, buddy. Look at that beauty. I tell you. Look at that beauty. Okay. Put that one there. And we'll do the other couple shortly. But we're going to go ahead and get these scallop potatoes in here. Okay. Alright. Put this down. And we're going to go to the scallop potatoes. Okay. Alright. So, took a little quick break. Went on and fried up the other two pork chops. Got my potatoes together. Got them nice and sliced, about 1/8 of an inch thickness. Rinsed them off pretty well. Peeled them, as you can see. I actually poured on a little milk on them as a little solution to hold things together. So what I'm going to do is put some of them in this remaining Maddie fry mixture, so they can get a little coating on those. I'm going to fry them down almost like mojos, but not exactly. I just want to cook them down, get them a little tender. Okay, as you can see, nothing fancy, just getting a little flour coating on them. And with that little milk wash I put on there, it makes it stick really well. And I'm going to put them in this same oil. Let those again get a little tender. I tell you, you can see that it's not perfect looking. This is something we do at home, you know. I'm gonna put a few of these in here. Just drop them in. A nice spacing on them. Just want a little coating on them though. They start to fry. Start to hear them pretty soon. But yes, be careful as you deal with this hot oil, of course. I think I'm overdoing the pot. I got a lot of space here. Alright, there we go. I should do it there. Boom. Rinse my hands. Flour mixture off. And I'm going to grab our plate there. Again, they won't be completely done here. They're nice and tender. They got a little coating on them. So when they get in the gravy, they will help support thickness and the flavor of the gravy. So these will be perfect. Look at that. Just look at it. Okay. This is what you want. Okay. So they'll be nice and tender in that gravy. Let me tell you. That's great. That's great. Good. So we got those. Beautiful, as I told you. Next stage is now for the gravy. We're going to cook that gravy right in the same pot. So we're going to use all the flavoring from the pork chops and the drippings, a little flavoring from the drippings from the potatoes. We're going to build something nice here. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I want to pour some of this oil off, but again, I'm going to keep a lot of the drippings there at the bottom, and I'm going to build the gravy from there. So give me 1 minute and be right back to you. Alright, so I got the excess oil out of the pot here. I got my drippings down in here. The pan is still nice and hot, so be careful when you're doing this. But now we want to go ahead and add a little more flour. And what I have actually here is about 4.5 tablespoons of a mixture of flour and cornstarch. I kind of use like them both. Some people use one or the other, but I use them both. Sometimes people make a slurry, and the slurry is use about a tablespoon or so of cornstarch and some water. You mix it up, makes like a paste, and then you add it to your mix. But this is what we got here. Okay, so got that in there. I'm gonna move that around. I don't want it to burn. I do want it to brown a little bit to the color that I like. Move it around a bit and cook that starchy flavor off. And 4.5 tablespoons can make quite a bit of gravy, and we're going to need it for this, all of this pork chops and these potatoes. I'm going to get it nice and smooth. I don't want it too dark. Okay, for my liquid, I have about 4 cups of chicken broth, 1/2 cup of milk, and a cup of water. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use it all, but we're going to see. Okay, got myself some onions. I'm going to throw some of those down there to get that flavor in there too. Okay, I'm going to save some, so at the end I'm going to throw it right in on the top of that cooked gravy. But right now I'm going to brown a few of them in here. Okay, at this point you can add some Maddie's all-purpose. Okay, not too much. That flour already has some seasoning in it. Sometimes I will use the remaining Maddie's flour mixture in here. And it'll give a nice, unique flavor as well. Right now I'm just going straight flour. Okay. Those there. Good. I'm going to smell that flour a little bit. I don't want it to overcook. Alright, so I'll add this slowly. Start to move it around and it'll start to thicken. Okay. keep it moving because you don't want lumps in your gravy. Okay. See it starting to really start to thicken back up and start to become a paste almost. Just go ahead and add more liquid. Keep your heat up. Keep it moving. Okay. And as you go, as we get closer to the final product, then we'll begin to taste it and start to season it with a little more salt if we need to, and pepper and things of that nature. But right now, I just want to keep moving it around. Keep adding the liquid, okay, until it starts to get to a nice gravy consistency. Right now, still very pasty. Okay. So, great. Be patient with yourself and with it. All come together. It's good. It's slowly coming together. I don't know if you can see that. I hope so. There you go. It's got a beautiful color. Texture starts to look right. Don't see any lumps as of yet. So, and don't worry. Say if you add too much liquid, you continue to slowly simmer that gravy. It'll cook right back down to the consistency and to the thickness that you want. Okay, that's one of the unique things about flour and gravy. Just keep cooking it and it'll cook right on down, and its flavor will even start to intensify a little more. Now it's looking a little liquidy, okay, and for me that's intentional because I want to cover the pork chops and potatoes completely, and as it cooks down it'll start to get to the thickness and the consistency that most of us are used to seeing when we have our gravies. Okay? So I'm going to probably end up adding the rest of this to it. At some point I'm going to get myself a taste or so and just build, and you can get the smells from it and see it. This is going to be delicious. This is going to be delicious. Alright, I'm just about ready to go ahead and start plating some of these pork chops in here. Okay, again, look at that. Look at the crust on those. Around, good. Okay, let's get one of these bigger ones. That's 3. Alright, let's get another one here. That's 4. And I think I'm going to go with just 4 in case one of the family members want to do one without gravy. Now, why would they want to do that? I don't know, but hey, I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. Now let's add some of these potatoes. Okay. You don't have to be fancy, just get them in there, move them around. That skin from those potatoes will cook off and add to the flavor and the complexity of the gravy. Bring that around and turn this heat down just a bit. I just want it to simmer. Okay. Go ahead and just dump those in there. Okay, got 1 or 2 more here. Look at that. Good. Move those around. You can hear it, you can see it. It's going to come together. Like I said, this will take, if you're hungry, 10 minutes. But if you want it to be top quality, give it 30 minutes. And you're going to have a great dish on your hands. Okay, move that around. And I'm going to go ahead and get a final topping of these remaining onions. Indeed. So let's order off. So these will be great on your plate as well. They're gonna cook down and be nice and tender and beautiful. Very flavorful. This dish is something to be waiting for. Alright. Good, good, good. Alright. Turn it around. You can put a top on this. Again, put it on a low simmer and let it go for 10 to 30 minutes. Again, I recommend 20 to 30. And that's what we're going to do today. Nice. Good. All right. Okay, we're going to let that go. And I'll see you in about 15-20 minutes. Thank you. Done our 30 minutes. Okay, as I told you, I like to do about 30 minutes. Oh man, smell that. I don't know if you can see the steam come off of that. Oh gee, those look wonderful. Okay. The gravy has gotten nice and thick. Texture on it. Meat looks nice and tender. Potatoes look good. The onions look good. I tell you, I do want to put a little more pepper on the top. Just I like the flavor of pepper and how it looks. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Alright, well hey, to me it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and pull something out. Get me a taster over here. And let's see what our tasters tell us about this. Okay. Got a little plate here. And a set of tongs. See what I can pull out. Oh boy, that's a big one. Oh boy. That's a beauty. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, grab us a few onions to put on top of there. Do a little tap there. Let's get us a few potatoes out. This is going to be scrumptious. Okay, you can put this gravy over some rice. You can add maybe some green beans to this. Mac and cheese. Mashed potatoes. I tell you. Okay. Well, hey, can we get a taster over?
That would be me.
Alright. Let's go on here. Get out the way. You know what to do.
Alright. This looks and smells so good. Oh my gosh. It is so tender. Look at that.
It's hot.
I know it is. A smaller piece because I want a little potato and onion with mine. This was one of my daughter's favorite meals when she was younger. Actually, she used to have me eat it when I was pregnant. You know how sometimes the baby will make you eat things you don't? I would eat a whole plate of this. And it's still today one of her favorites.
What's that?
It's delicious.
Great, great, great.
Absolutely. Scrumptious.
Fantastic. Glad that you like it.
That gravy is so good. With the meat that's so tender. It has soaked up all the flavor of the gravy. The potatoes are delicious with the onion. That is on point. Fantastic.
Good,
Okay.
thank you. Good.
Sorry.
Glad you enjoyed it.
It's so good.
Good. Thank you.
Well, we want to thank you once again for joining us for another edition of Cooking Easy with Maddie Spices. We would like for you to please take your time and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our station. In the description below, we have our website where you can buy any of our spices. So please don't forget, Maddie Spices, spices so right.
You can't go wrong. Thank you.